Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The fourth mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by unmindful speech and the inability to listen to others, I vow to cultivate loving speech and deep listening in order to bring joy and happiness to others and to relieve others of their suffering. Knowing that words can create happiness or suffering, I'm determined to speak truthfully, with words that inspire self-confidence, joy, and hope. I will not spread news I do not know to be certain, and will not criticize or condemn things of which I am not sure. I will refrain from uttering words that can cause division or discord, or that can cause a family or community to break. I'm determined to make all efforts to reconcile and resolve all conflicts, however small. For our Dharma lessons, we're reading Ajahn Munindo's book, Unexpected Freedom. Today we're continuing in a chapter called And I Know I Should Let Go, beginning a section on falling away of the false. As we intensify attention and turn the light of awareness inwards, the practice will dissolve that which is false. That's how it works. When the sun shines and the rain falls, there are seeds in the ground that will grow. Some of them are beautiful and some of them are weeds. It is in their nature to grow given the appropriate conditions. I remember in Thailand during the dry season, the fields would be parched with no visible plants or animal life. It all looked so dead, the earth cracked and hard. And then the rains would come and the land start to turn green. The next thing you knew, there were so many plants and little creatures, even fish swimming in the puddles of water left by the rain. How did these fish get there without a river in sight that could have flooded? When the sun comes after the rains have fallen, the causes are there and life expresses itself. That is its nature. That's just how it is. Whether we like it or not, that's how it is. So it is with the practice. If we exercise restraint and practice mindfulness and concentration, the false things that we've been hanging on to will start to dissolve and begin to fall away. But we might start to feel afraid as we become conscious of a sense of insecurity and a certain loss of safety. A loss of predictability comes into our life, together with a sense of not really knowing who we are anymore. When encountering such fear, if we're not properly prepared or supported, we can misinterpret it and think, oh, I must be doing something wrong. I don't know about you, but I will find it very difficult when I encounter fear not to assume that something is going wrong. Somebody is doing something wrong, and usually it must be me. There's nothing around me that's making me afraid, so it must be something I have done or am doing wrong. This is not necessarily the case, and it's wise to prepare ourselves in advance to withhold our judgment and our evaluation of the situation. If we bear with the fear and wait, we may come to see that this fear is what the Buddhist terminology is called one of the defenses of Mara. The closer we get to Mara, the more annoyed Mara gets. Mara gets really annoyed when we start practicing with sincerity. Apparently, what happens is the more dedicated and committed a meditator gets in seeing through their delusion, the hotter Mara's seat gets. Because he is really miffed about our success and seeing through our apparent limitations, he will send down his hordes to annoy, distract, and tempt us. At the back of the Dhamma hall here at Aruna, Ratanagiri, there's a mural by Pang Chinasai depicting Mara's attack on the Buddha. Because the Buddha was wholeheartedly committed to his practice and dedicated to realization, purification, and generating benefit for all sentient beings, he was able to stay true to his determination. Nothing upsets Mara more. If you look on the right-hand side of the painting, you see the arrows that Mara's hordes are firing as they ride towards him on strange, hideous beasts. As the arrows get closer to the Buddha, they're transformed into flowers, which fall to the ground. And when the armies pass the Buddha, they are lost under the sea, and as they fall, they hold up flowers, asking for forgiveness. When we remain resolved to see through the appearance of these forces that unsettle or frighten us, we come to see that what we thought was threatening us is in reality something that can help us. All the forces within us, whether anger, greed, lust, even hatred, should be regarded appreciatively as the raw energy which, once understood, fuels our effort towards awakening. The arrows turning into flowers can be considered a metaphor for what happens in our minds as we strengthen our resolve and determination to see beyond our habits, to let go of that which is false, to let go of our addictions, the false energy we're feeding on, and the false identity that we're holding on to. We trust in reality and allow ourselves to receive these energies inside us mindfully and sensitively, without acting upon them, and instead allow natural compassion, clarity, and wisdom to grow without our attachments and manipulations. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Namo Adida Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.